Is it possible to stack Poki, Haku, and Nagi on top of each other?
3, 2, 1.
What part of the home building process has been most enjoyable for you guys? And what part of the process was most surprising? Surprising, I think, was that everything is like unit built, like kitchens and bathrooms. You can't really customize anything. And then also, like Japanese safety standards increase so frequently. When you're looking at land to buy, you have to check what parts of the land might have to be redone or remade if you want to build a new house there, because like safety standards have improved since the last time the land was prepared for a house. So like if there's a retaining wall here in Fukuoka, most places will have to redo the retaining wall, which could be a lot of money, the same amount as the land or more.
Enjoyable. To me, it's all the designing we could do for our cats.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, we're a little bit crazy cat owners maybe, but yeah, I wanted to build a house that's good and friendly for all our family members, I guess.
I think just the creative process in general was the most enjoyable part for me. Was it hard to buy land in Japan with Rachel being a foreigner, even though you two are married?
I actually picked that question too.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter, but it can be very, very difficult to adopt a cat just because you're a foreigner, right?
Yeah. The house process didn't matter.
Did you just steal my phone?
Yeah, he's on it.
Oh. Land? No. Cats? Yes.
And the loan process, it didn't really matter. What is the hardest thing you have found working together? You are business partners and life partners and planning and building a house together, and you are together all day. Do you ever find it challenging, or do you not at all? How do you make time for yourselves? Yeah, it is definitely, I think, living with anyone, doing like everything with someone 24/7 is difficult on a relationship. You have to really, I don't know, have a good relationship to make that work. I think something important for us is that like we take some time for ourselves each day as well. So we don't have to be together absolutely 24/7.
I think respecting each other and give yourself some time is important. Since COVID, there is this phrase called Corona divorce.
Oh no.
Instead of working at a company, just stays home and then work with his wife, which wasn't normal to them. So like I think the divorce rate because of it has been increasing something.
I think that's one of the ways we were lucky in our relationship, because we started out by spending a lot of time together. So we were already kind of used to that sort of lifestyle. How is Rachel's curly hair journey going? Going well. Although I'm gonna be honest, it is really annoying trying to dry hair when it's in curly clumps because it takes so long. I got a diffuser to try to help dry my hair, but I literally don't have the arm strength to keep my hand up with the hair dryer for like an hour or two. So I don't do that every time, and then I mess up the curly hair because I just like blow dried it like normal, and then I end up braiding it afterwards, which is not the curly girl method. So also that's related to today's sponsor, who is helping us build our house. Thank you guys for being so patient with us this year with doing sponsorships. As you know, last year we did one sponsorship the entire year. We don't normally...
Panasonic.
Yeah.
It was very
I loved it.
adorable,
Yeah, that was really fun. We don't normally do this, but house stuff is really expensive and we have a lot of costs. So thank you guys for being patient with us this year.
Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Anyway, thank you to today's sponsor, Function of Beauty. So earlier this year, I started the curly girl method. Some of you may remember. Part of the curly girl process involves not using like parabens or sulfates or silicons in your hair shampoo or conditioner. And those are really difficult to find here in Japan. It's not like such a big thing here yet. Plus all of the products here are made for Japanese hair. So our sponsor, Function of Beauty, which I've been using for most of this year, has super helped out with that. Function of Beauty doesn't use parabens or sulfates, and you can choose to have silicone-free if you want. They have a quiz that you can follow on their website, and you get to choose different hair goals. So for example, I did deep condition, hydrate, replenish hair, anti-frizz, and nourish roots. You also get to profile your hair, so mine is very thin, and in this case I would say my scalp is like balanced. Plus you can pick your colors and scents if you want. You can also do non-dyed and like no scent. I also have their leave-in conditioner, which is like an integral part of the curly curl method. I use so much of this. Since I started this process, I think my hair has gotten a lot more conditioned, so it feels a lot healthier and smoother, and the color looks a little bit deeper, which I also feel like is because it's more hydrated, maybe? If you're interested in trying Function of Beauty, you can get 20% off your first set if you use our link in the description box. Is Japan strict with their cat rules when owning one? Because in other countries, it's hard to find a place to stay when you own a cat. Yes, it is difficult to find a place that you can stay here if you own a cat.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, but it just really, really limits your options. Like maybe 1 out of 100 apartments will let you have a pet, but then in most cases they mean a small dog, and that's the only pet they allow. So then it's like another very small percentage of those places that actually allow cats.
That's why we are excited to build our own house.
Yes.
Yes.
Since you started planning your own house, has there been something you really wanted but was told was not possible? I wanted the window frames on the inside of the house to be white. Just why is it so hard to get a white option? Our housing maker does not have white as an option. The only option is gray. It's gray. Multi-pane windows are more of a recent thing here. Older houses and apartments have like single pane windows with zero insulation. It doesn't even, I can hardly even tell the difference in sound, like how loud something is outside if you shut the window versus having it open. Newer places can have double pane windows, sometimes even triple pane. In the case of our apartment where we live right now, we were really happy for the first time to live in a place with double pane windows. However, one thing we learned was that a lot of window frames in Japan are aluminum. And if it's aluminum, both on the outside and the inside, but it has good insulation, then when there are really big temperature differences, it starts sweating. So in the winter, when June and I are sleeping in our bedroom and it gets like nice and warm overnight because of like all of our body heat and like 3 cats' body heat, the window frames starts sweating to the point where it will literally grow mold on the floor because it gets so wet. It is ridiculous. One way that housing makers have tried to solve this problem is that now some higher end window frames are aluminum on the outside for all of the like longevity and weather protection, and then they call it resin, but basically just plastic on the inside so it won't sweat with the temperature difference, which is what we're doing. So the inside of our window frames are going to be a gray plastic. That's the only choice we have, and it is definitely the most energy efficient plus best option as far as like not making our floors moldy or like having just lots and lots of condensation on our windows. Haku, what you doing?
So the color white.
Long story short, the color white on window frames.
The wall in the kitchen, there's like a sheet I wanted to do. It's the same material as the kitchen countertop, but because kitchen there's a gas, and I think this wallpaper material was not good to be used in the kitchen because of the gas, so I couldn't do it. Maybe not.
Okay.
Oh, Nagi fought back against Haku because Haku bullied Nagi earlier. Oh, cat fight. Look seriously.
You can just see their heads on the camera.
This one is for June. Did cooking start off as a hobby or was it necessary? Yeah, I needed to cook to save money. When I started cooking when I was in college. Yeah, so yeah, I needed to cook to survive. Where does Jun get his cooking tools, dishes, and etc. etc.? For dishes, for pans like tools, I normally get them online. But for dishes, there's this cookware store near the thrift store that Rachel likes to go a lot. It's like for you to go see the clothes. And you know, it's exciting. To me, like just see all these different dishes and it kind of inspire me. And then, oh, I want to make this with this dish kind of thing.
Do you have any brands specifically?
I have no idea.
That you really...
Any brands and dishes. They're just pretty.
This was not helpful. Sorry.
Internet.
There's a store I like, guys.
Yeah.
I don't have any names.
I don't even know the name of this store. I just go there when we go to thrift store shopping, you know.
Hello, Rachel and June. I would love to hear more about your plans as regards the garden, what veggies you'd like to grow, fruit trees, etc. We are waiting until the house is mostly built to plan the majority of our garden because you know, I want to be able to see from like the windows inside how it's going to look outside because we'll see the view every day forever. And so we haven't started fully planning it yet, but I would love a lime tree and a lemon tree.
Like citrus fruits?
Yeah.
And blueberry maybe?
Blueberry. Well, we have a little blueberry tree bush. Bush.
But that's small. That's the present I gave you, right? Tiny. We want to actually grow a tree, not a potted small blueberry pot.
For veggies, I want Romanesco for sure. You know, it's going to be seasonal. We'll have different veggies all year.
I think it's related to this question I was going to go. What's my favorite dish to cook? And I would say anything that I can use seasonal vegetables. Right now, the summer veggies are pretty good, so I like a summer veggie curry. I like the dish that I can make with lots of colorful veggies. That's what I like.
I like really colorful carrots. I just there's not a taste difference. I just like it when carrots have different colors.
Purple? What other color is
Red.
there?
And yellow.
Oh, right. Yeah. You're right. What is the timeline for your house so far? Like, when would you expect to be able to move in, etc.? It's still not like decided, but probably sometime next year, I think we can move in. Hopefully, yeah. And very excited. Can't wait.
What does June think about the Japanese society and discrimination of foreigners in Japan, especially in living and moving in Japan? What made June be more open and friendly towards Rachel or other foreigners?
I can only answer the second half. I don't know if I have you right or enough. Like anything to say. More like that's a question for you, right? Like what have you experienced and stuff, right? For me, did I even need it to be open? Like I was just, hi.
He just was. That's just June. That's just how he is.
I mean, aren't you the same?
Yeah.
Like if you, like, especially you're from America, there are a lot of people from all over the world, like got together.
Well,
melting pot, right?
If you ask me, I would say I think other cultures are really interesting.
Yeah.
And I love hearing about people's different experiences.
Same.
Yeah. With so many hobbies like cats, cooking, fish, gardening, video making, etc., how do you guys manage to store all the equipment for those hobbies? Have you ever let go of a hobby because there was no more space for it? Space. Long story short, in America, I grew up fairly low income, and my mom, as a job, she just finds stuff and then sells it at the flea market or on eBay. And so growing up, we accumulated a lot of stuff. And the way I was raised that every single thing we have has a value. Don't throw out something that you could potentially sell. But once I moved to Japan, I realized that I just could not have things just to have things because there's not enough space. It's really anxiety inducing to have so much clutter in a house. And I have really, really come to appreciate having a clean, organized space with less stuff in it since I've lived here. I would say I'm very, very different from how I used to be in that regard. So even though we have a lot of hobbies, we don't have that much stuff for those hobbies. So most of our stuff for our cats fit in the 2 shelves in the cat tower. Or we've got a drawer over there for cat litter. Most of our hobbies, I would say, we just got like a drawer for it somewhere, but not too much stuff overall. The worst would be the lights for our videos because we just don't have, like, they take up a lot of space.
Yep. I think it's because our hobbies, like, cat related, and it's just out there. Cat tower, cat stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess a lot of cat stuff is stuff that can just like sit out.
Cat scratch board out there. Yeah. Cat tower. Yeah.
One luxury we are going to have with our house that I'm very much looking forward to is we'll have an extra guest room that I can also use as a craft room. So I'm going to have room to like finally have some craft stuff again.
You're gonna finally build that small house models.
Yeah.
To display.
And I can do puzzles and I can like sew things. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm so excited. When will we be doing a beach cleanup again? We had to pause them because of COVID. Like, even though it's an outdoor thing, we just really want to make sure we're being responsible and not facilitating the spread of anything to other people. So once things calm down. Will you be doing more what you eat in a day videos? I love them.
Really?
Really? I feel like it's so, what we eat is so boring. If you guys are interested in like what we eat in the day videos, let us know because we could definitely make more videos about them.
Maybe it's not for this channel, but maybe I can start uploading more on my cooking vlog channel. You know?
Yeah.
And,
yeah, if you guys are interested.
We've been a little bit too busy, but I am planning to upload more on that channel too. So.
What does success mean to you all? Success to me is being happy. That's it.
The question is too philosophical for me, but I'm happy to be happy.
What would you consider success? What do you need in your life to feel successful?
When I go to bed with you and kitties and sleep happy, that's nice.
So for June, family, having a family.
Sure.
For me, just being happy.
Yeah, just I appreciate every day. Yeah, it's nice.
As you guys are building your house in Japan, do you foresee yourselves keeping it forever or eventually selling it off? No, definitely keeping it forever. It'll go down in value. We would never get all of our money back. Like, we are building a like really high quality house, so it's not going to go down in value as much as other houses, but I'm sure it still will. That's just how it works here.
I mean, I don't know how things are gonna go, but I just don't see myself needing to sell that house. I mean, I hope I won't be in the situation, but if I don't need to, then I don't see a point.
Yeah.
Especially if this house is specifically for us and our cats and
Yeah, and
other family members, which I don't know. So yeah.
We really like the location that we found. We really like our neighbors, so hopefully it'll be good for living forever. Do you sometimes feel pressured to always look presentable since Japanese women put a big emphasis on their looks? No, I don't care at all. When I go out,
Really?
I don't wear makeup unless I'm filming a video. I do care about being presentable when I make videos because some people can be dicks and like just write really annoying comments. I usually try to wear makeup for videos, but in daily life, I just try to be comfortable most of the time. Did you have any concerns about racism when looking at houses and land outside of the city? I've heard it can be hard for foreigners in the more rural areas.
I think so.
I don't think it's necessarily a foreigner thing. I think it's more like an outsider thing. So in maybe some rural communities, any person who moves there, even Japanese people, could have trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I remember June did a bunch of research before we bought land, and he found like a lot of horror stories of like Japanese people being kind of bullied when they moved into a more rural area. And so we were concerned about just being outsiders, but the area that we moved to is really, really chill and everyone is so nice. We got really lucky and we're so happy.
Yep.
If someone were to visit Japan and wanted to experience a traditional Japanese festival, which one would you recommend and why?
I mean, this is just the first thing that came up to my mind, but when I first explained what Hadaka Matsuri, Naked Festival, was like to you, you're like, literally like, what? But then when they started, you hear all these like naked men just making washoi, washoi, washoi noise, and very, very like loud, And he's like, what's going on? And then we get to see the actual festival at the shrine, and you seem like you pretty like had fun.
Okay, I have to say, so many festivals in Japan are local to the area that they're in, or even sometimes local to specific shrines. Even Haraka Matsuri, which they have around the country, each one is different, so they're not all the same. I like the one from the city we were in because I like the story line of it. I thought that was kind of neat, but I don't think the average person going to the festival is going to get all of that information. So if, let's say you're just visiting Japan and you don't know any background about festivals or anything like that, I would say the funnest festivals would either be a Bon Odori, which is a dancing festival, but it's also like a time to celebrate your ancestors. But it's a festival where in some cases you can like dance all night, which is just kind of fun. That's kind of a fun experience to dance in a circle around some people playing instruments all night.
Especially the one in Gujo, which lasts I don't know how many months.
Yeah, Gujo Hachiman.
Yeah,
that has
it's
a great
beautiful city.
Yeah, that has a great Bon Odori. And then you also get to visit Gujo Hachiman, which is just like
okay, forget about Naked
amazing.
Festival. Just go to Gujo and see the dance.
And my other suggestion would be, it's not technically a festival, just kind of a festival, would be one of the fall light up festivals where
You can count that as a festival? Then I would say that's also one of my favorites.
it's not technically a festival, but they will have a festival with it in some places. Specifically the one I recommend, which is at Koranke in Aichi Prefecture, when they have an entire mountainside where like half of the mountain is almost all momiji trees, and then the tree leaves will be yellow or orange, and the whole half of the mountainside is lit up.
We have a picture last summer here.
And then it's like, it is otherworldly is the best way to describe it. It's so beautiful, and no photo or video will ever do it justice. I definitely think it's something everyone should see.
Alright, now...
he's being a butt. Okay.
He's still really like active, so I need to wait for him to be chill and sleepy a bit, but I'm gonna try that, the first question.
Cat stacking.
Is it possible? Yes, but maybe only for 1 or 2 seconds.
Haku, you ready for stacking? Sleepy kitties, you ready for stacking?
So, bottom
Yes.
and
Then Pokey.
in like...
Because Nagi's gonna run away right away.
Should we count down, please?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
No,
You're supposed to be more gentle.
it's impossible. Okay. Oh, sleepy boys. So we just slowly like build them, get them closer, right, to each other. Like little by little, maybe. Like not completely, but maybe like.
Just gently. Gentle cat.
Oh.
Pokey was fine. Nagi's not gonna stay anywhere.
Ah, 残念でした。
Time to try again.
Nagi, Haku.
Pokey.
Oh, maybe you should do slow, like little by little. Instead of like put him on directly, maybe like a little. Oh.
They're both like, what's going on? Haku is in a bad spot. There's no room.
Okay. Oh, oh, I mean, 2 cats. 2 cats.
He's falling off a little bit, but he's kind of okay. Okay, hang on, I just gotta think.
Oh no.
Before Pokey falls off.
Poke's falling. I mean, Poke's already falling. There is no way Nagi will stay.
Just
Oh, okay. It was impossible to 3 cats, but 2 cats it worked.
I think what we've learned is that Pokey is stackable.
Stuckable. I like this new phrase.
Pokey.
Is your cat stuckable? Yes, Pokey is.
Pokey, are you stackable?
Pokey and Haku when they're tired. Nagi no. Peachy definitely no, I believe. So yeah, it worked. Haku and Pokey.
Good boy.
Thank you.
Stackable boy.
Sorry for interrupting you, buddy.
Okay.
Oyasumi.